All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, onto this, the sudden removal of petroleum subsidy by President Tinubu was a recipe for disaster, and this had been said by Baroque Nperogi. All right, my people, the news in details. Well, onto this, renowned columnist and media scholar Professor Baroque Nperogi has insisted for the uptenth time that the sudden removal of petroleum subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a recipe for disaster, which has resulted in the frightening dimensions of hunger and hardship being currently witnessed by Nigerians. Well, onto this, to Nperogi, no end is in sight at all for the hardship, as the situation of things, if it continues this way, might cause a social implosion of an inconceivable magnitude unless the government urgently embarked on a U-turn in the economic policies introduced at the onset of the administration. He spoke while featuring as a guest speaker on the popular monthly interview Discuss Boiling Point Arena, a program streamed via Zoom and then transmitted live on a radio station, Suite 107.1 FM. He was paired with another discussant, Dr. Titus Oluwokere, an economist based in Atlanta, United States of America. The program is the brainchild of Dr. Ayo Arowojolu, a media professional and public relations strategist. Well, onto this, Nperogi, a professor of journalism and emerging media at the Kennesaw State University, Georgia, USA, took a swipe at President Tinubu for taking Nigerians through what he called a failed route once undertaken by the then President Ibrahim Babangida when he pandered to the economy prescriptions of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund via the Structural Adjustment Programs, SAP. Well, according to him, he says, and I quote, "I have always been a consistent advocate for subsidies. I have lived in the US for 2 decades, and I know that subsidy dispensation is indispensable to the health and growth of any country. I have been distraught by manufactured propaganda that subsidies are bad. It is one of the stupidest arguments I have ever heard in my entire life. When you remove subsidy from day one and devalue your currency, it doesn't matter who vied for the office and won the election. You are going to get the same result we are getting today, especially considering that we are an import-dependent country. Even the World Bank and IMF stylishly admitted to errors for taking Nigeria through structural adjustment program that have taken us to nowhere. Since then, it has been the same tactics, the same rhetorics. As a country, we have been going round in circles for several years. There is no light at all at the end of the tunnel. So long as this policy will continue, there is no hope at all for Nigeria." Nperogi said further, there has been a recurring decimal when Jonathan was in power. Everybody thought that was the worst government ever until Buhari came into power and then gave the semblance of an ungoverned Nigeria. Now, under Tinubu, we have seen a trend whereby Nigerians enjoyed better under Buhari. With Tinubu, Nigerians have never witnessed this dimension of hardship before. The rhetoric will continue when, with Tinubu's successors, things will never get better, justifying his insistence for subsidies to Nigerians. He argued that even highly industrialized countries like America subsidized fuel consumption for their citizens because of the absence of a well-developed public transportation system, exactly the way it is in Nigeria. Well, according to him, the Tinubu government failed to address the real issues but pandered to what he called the palliatives economy, which has gobbled a colossal amount of money. No amount of money can bail Nigerians out of hunger. The amount that the government spent on palliatives is penny wise, pound foolish. People who sit in the comfort of their luxury cannot connect with what benefits the people and then how their needs can be better met is stressed. Nperogi added this: people in power are still living as if nothing has changed, living in luxuries. They have not made 1 ounce of sacrifice, and then people are dying daily. If Tinubu is saying there is corruption in the oil sector, why not fight corruption? The government must recognize that certain class of people in Nigeria can never survive without subsidy. All right, and exactly what is actually reaching us right now. Well, this is another strong one coming from Nperogi, a renowned columnist and a media scholar. He's a professor anyway. Onto this one, he had made it clear that what is going on in this country right now, with the president Tinubu still in power, with the removal of subsidy, that things will continue to go worse. And a lot of people have actually argued this, and with what we are seeing so far, it's only the good Lord that will help us in this country. Yes, and then the worst scenario now happens, that even the so-called people that voted the so-called Emilocom into power, they are now in regret. Everybody is lamenting that how did we get here, and exactly what it is. Now, a lot of people are not happy with the situation on ground, and then right now I think the best way is let everybody come together in one addendum to make things work out, to talk it out. Well, according to Felix Nkpa, says, well, Tinubu is the most clueless president to have walked the face of this world. But there is no governing space for people who went to proper school in Nigeria. Professor, I share your perspective on issues, especially given your sound intellectual background. All right, that's another one. Well, we are just reaping what Buhari had sown. This one is coming from Mahmoud Musa Sani. How subsidy can be sustained with borrowing, which are still being serviced. The major problem, I think, is that the elites, the people in power, presidency, governors, legislators, ministers, etc., are never ready to make any sacrifice. They continue looting, mismanaging, diverting etc. public funds at the expense of common populace. All right, and then may Allah destroy whoever mean bad for Nigeria and the Nigerians. All right, this is another strong one coming from Mahmoud Musa Sani. That's so serious. And then somebody says amen. Everyone is saying amen. Yes, anyone who actually meant bad for this country, for Nigerians, because Nigerians are actually suffering. How long are we going to continue like this? And exactly what we are talking about, my brother, my sister, this is exactly what it is. On to this one, what more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you're just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.